Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be doing some work in my sketchbook. There's a trend that goes around called the Pinterest Design My OC Challenge. Basically, you just go to Pinterest and search up different searches, and the first image that you get is what you do for your character. It's pretty straightforward, and I thought it sounded like a lot of fun. I wanted to give it a try and see what character we come up with. Okay, so first we're going to look up a time period generator. I have already looked at all the sites that I want to use beforehand, and I'm just going to be doing this one by perchance. Give you a random time period from human history and also provide you with a link to go further into detail if you'd like. You can even press this unique button, but I think the generic option is pretty unique as is, so I'm just going to leave it how it is. Something I have noticed by playing around with the websites is that the time period does not always match up with the setting, which you'll see in a second. But I'm going to try my best to combine them, and hopefully it will just work out. Of course, I'm going to randomize 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me look it up. Okay, I think it's Yuan Dynasty. I could be wrong, let me know. But it's from the time period 1271 to 1368. Okay, welcome to my Pinterest page. I actually thought about doing this portion of the video through a voiceover, but I kind of want my honest and raw reaction to what we get. First, I'm going to look up skin tone. It looks like it's this like sienna color. It's called Ash's skin tone, and somebody says Ash's skin color from Pokemon. It looks like it. So maybe it is, I don't know. But it's this really pretty color, so we're gonna go ahead and save this one. Oh, and I will say, I have seen people search up album first to pick the gender of the character. I'm just going to do a female because that's what I feel like doing. So we're going to draw a little lady today, and next we're going to do hair color. Ooh! Oh wait, but is this an ad? No, okay. It's like this pretty brown color, almost sort of a cherry vibe to it. Okay, on the topic of hair, we're gonna look up Yuan Dynasty hairs. Okay, so we have this pretty option. It says it's AI modified. I don't know if that's true because it kind of looks real. I don't know. Let me know. So we're gonna go with this one. Okay, next we're going to look up Yuan Dynasty clothing female. Ooh, okay, this is so pretty. Then let's look up, let's do eye color. Eyes color, okay. Oh, that's so cool. It's like one green and one pink. That's so cute. Okay. And next, I think we're going to look up color palette. This, I think, is going to be pretty interesting for it. Ooh. Okay, we have like greens. That's pretty. Okay, next I'm going to look up animal, either to make them inspired by an animal or give them a little companion. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, it looks like we have a little red panda. How cute. And finally, I'm going to look up expression. Oh, okay. I'm almost like a little bit annoyed. Oh, I want to see what would happen if I looked up Yuan Dynasty prop. So we can have our character maybe holding something. Okay, we have this cute little item here. And honestly, just for funsies, let's see what we get when we search countryside background. Ooh, how pretty is this? Okay, so I'm gonna make a collage really quick and then I'll be back with what we got. So first I decided to start off by drawing my character's little companion, which is a red panda. At first, I thought I was going to give her red panda elements, but then I thought it'd be kind of cute to give her a little companion. You'll also notice that I have a bit of information at the top of the page. I brainstormed a little bit about what I wanted this character to be like. We know that it's set in a charming countryside during the Yuan Dynasty, and I tried to do a little bit of research on the dynasty. The Yuan Dynasty was China's first foreign-led imperial dynasty, and it was established by the Mongol ruler Kublai Khan after conquering the Song Dynasty. As the easternmost realm of the vast Mongol Empire, it unified China, established Beijing as its capital, and fostered huge global trade and cultural exchange along the Silk Road, which famously attracted Western travelers like Marco Polo. Despite cultural achievements and engineering marvels like the Grand Canal, the regime enforced a strict, discriminatory social hierarchy that favored Mongols and foreigners over native Han Chinese. This deep social resentment, combined with rampant inflation, succession crises, and devastating floods, ultimately sparked the peasant rebellions that overthrew the dynasty and led to the rise of the Ming Dynasty. Okay, so I have gone ahead and colored a little sketch of our character. I did record it, but I literally was not in the frame the entire time. It was like this. So I went ahead and lined it and colored it. I am not set on this outfit color. I kind of just threw down random colors to get a vibe of it. Also, I misread the label on this marker. It's supposed to be this E020, but I thought this said E020. No, it does not. So yeah, that's supposed to be this color, but I kind of like it as this color, so I might keep it. But my plan is the bottom of her outfit is gonna have the green, sort of like a gradient. I also realized, oh no, I think I used the right green for her little hair piece. I hope. We're gonna go ahead and sketch out the final illustration. Hopefully I can get it all in frame this time. I might go ahead and zoom out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Honestly, I have no idea what to do for her pose or the background. I almost want her to be sitting like on a little stump. I think that would be super cute. And maybe have like a little tree situation like her little red panda companion. I think it'd be cool for one to have her fully standing so we can get the flowiness of her outfit. But I think it would read more finished if she was actually interacting, and to add on a little bit more of that countryside setting that we got. I do like the idea of her sitting on a stump and having little animals nearby along with her little red panda. So I think I'm gonna try and do that. Okay, before we get started on our sketch, I did want to mention the supplies that I'm using. I probably should have done this at the beginning of the video. For markers, of course, I'm using the Ohuhu brush markers. I'm either using the Honolulu or just the originals. She is looking rough, let me just say. I love both of these. I love Ohuhu markers. If you guys haven't tried them but want to, I would suggest looking at your local Michaels because they a lot of times sell them individually. I really love this series. The brush tip is just really like firm, so it's nice to get fine details but also thick details as well. For sketching, I'm using the Pentel Graph Gear 300 mechanical pencil in 0.7. Great pencil, love this pencil. If you guys want a video on my favorite supplies, I would also love to do that as well. But yeah, this is what I'll be sketching with. For line art, I'm either using the Ohuhu colored fine liner pens, or honestly, I use the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen on this, and I really like how it looks, so I might honestly do that for this one as well. Okay, with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get started with the sketching. Okay, I have no idea how much footage I was able to get out of that, but it was a tricky sketching session, let me just say. First of all, trying to draw traditional clothing that I've never drawn before is already a challenge, and drawing it in a hard pose. So I will say her outfit is definitely not historically accurate at all. While I'm lining her, I do want to put in a little bit more information, especially on the clothing, just because I really do love the outfits, but unfortunately I did not do her Hanfu justice. It does not look that accurate, but it's okay. This is the sketch I decided to go for. I redid it, and I had to get really close, okay? So any footage that there is, it's probably gonna look like that with my big head in the frame. But I went for this. I saw this cute reference on Pinterest, and I'll put it on the screen. I'll also put the picture of the red panda that I referenced from. But I really love the pose, and the person was sitting on rocks, but I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more countryside vibe, so I put her on a hill leaning on a stump. Does that make sense? No. I originally was gonna have her sitting on a stump, but I don't know, it just didn't work out. I do like this composition. I think it's pretty cute. I don't know if her red panda is size accurate, but I think he looks really derpy. So I'm going to lighten the sketch, and we're going to, we might color it first, to be honest, because I think I want to use this one to do the line art, and I'm not sure if it's bleed proof, so I need to test that. Okay, it doesn't smear too bad if I don't go crazy super duper hard on it. Okay, it doesn't smear too bad unless I push down really, really hard. So I might let it sit for a second before I go in with color. But yeah, okay, so good news, it doesn't smear too bad as long as I am careful with how hard I push down with the marker. I hope you guys enjoyed the inking session. I don't know how much you can see. My sketching style is very messy and heavy-handed. Let me know in the comments, are you guys light-handed when it comes to your sketches, or are you heavy-handed? And do you sketch very cleanly, or do you sketch very messily? I personally, very heavy-handed, a very messy sketcher. So hopefully I can see my own lines, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into the line art. Now that we're starting the line art portion, this is where I wanted to give more information on the clothing that was very popular during this time period, specifically in regards to women. Han women generally continued wearing layered garments rooted in earlier Song Dynasty traditions, favoring long robes, jackets, and skirts made from silk or fine textiles, often in soft, elegant colors with modest silhouettes. Clothing emphasized flowing lines, wide sleeves, and multiple layers rather than the fitted style seen in some later dynasties. Common textiles included silk for higher status garments, while hemp, ramie, and coarse cotton were widely used for everyday wear due to the practicality and stricter social conditions. Colors tended to be more subdued and natural, such as indigo blues, off-whites, browns, and earthy greens. This was due to the fact that muted dyes were often more accessible and aligned with practical, regulated clothing norms. Okay, I have finished the inking. These parts I'm leaving blank so I can do sort of leaf design. There's some parts that are a little bit iffy, but overall I think it turned out okay, and I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, and we're going to color. Oh, I do want to mention that I left out the little pot prop. I wasn't sure how to incorporate it. I did give her like a little fan instead because I figured if they're in the countryside, maybe it would be a little bit hot. And I kind of picture this being like a springy summer sort of vibe, based off like the foliage in the back. I might try to incorporate little bitty houses in the background, very similar to what our Pinterest search gave us. So it is in fact a different day, and as you can see, the drawing is finished. My phone died when I was recording the coloring process, so I just finished it off camera. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I am really glad that I decided to do something different. Something I'm very bad at is getting stuck drawing the same thing over and over again. I typically just stick to a stiff bust-up shot like this, which, you know, it's something I'm comfortable with. And I think a lot of artists struggle with wanting to draw new things, new poses, new styles, but it's not something in our comfort zone. So when we go to do it, it doesn't always turn out how we intend to. But the only way to get better is to keep doing it. So I really want to play around with that more in the sketchbook and just accept that it's okay for it not to be perfect. Again, this is just a sketchbook, so you know, there's no pressure in drawing something that doesn't always turn out right. And if you struggle with that as well, just remember, you can always cover it up. I know that's a big thing, especially if you're drawing like in an expensive sketchbook. It's hard to get rid of the idea that everything you draw has to be perfect. So just draw, and you always can cover it up later if you don't like it, or just trust the process. Maybe the sketch just doesn't exactly tell how it will turn out once it's fully colored. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. There are definitely things I don't like, but there are things I do like. I really love that I included the little washi tape on her top. I just think it's so cute. I love the colors. They're not as accurate to my searches. Like, I wish I had an in-between of her skin tones. I feel like it would match the sienna color more. But I do think it's very harmonious together. And I like the little detailing I put on her skirt. So yeah, that is our Pinterest OC. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really want to post more. I think my next video will either be something fan art, another challenge, or redrawing old art. It might be the redrawing old art because Ahuhu has a challenge that they posted. I forgot the name of it, but I'll try to post like a picture of it. So I really want to play around with that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.